Orange County housing permits, how much is the new building activity? Very, very low. So 2009 was the regular low. 2010 was just modestly higher from that. So anyway, one can see 2008, 2009, 2010, three lowest housing start in a generation. Meanwhile, housing affordability is very high, combination of reduction in home values and also mortgage rate being under 5%, historical low level. But this assumes constant underwriting standards. Assuming constant underwriting standard today, it's never been a better time to buy. But the buyers are being held back because of the overly stringent underwriting standards. And how do we know it's overly stringent? I mentioned about the credit score, but another way to look at it is the following. You constantly hear on the news, foreclosure rate continues to remain high. And the answer is yes, foreclosure rate continues to remain high. Look at your inventory. Inventory says that there are many distressed property on the market. But if one separate out by vintage years, when the mortgage was originated, this is only on the Fannie and Freddie Mac mortgages. Mortgage that was originated in 2002, default rates after 18 months of seasoning, so buyers after 18 months, about 3% were defaulting back in 2002. Then post-housing market crash, huge default as prices were falling. Particularly people were looking to flip, prices fall, they said, heck with it, I'm turning in the keys. A huge default. But look at the 2009 vintage. Very, very low default rate, only 1%. Not even the 3% normal, 1%, which is implying that the credit is only going to a very credit-worthy borrowers. Now, we can look at this and say, yeah, that's great news. America, we're not defaulting anymore. That's a great news. But it also means that there are some moderate income, middle-class families being denied the American dream of ownership, even if they want to enter the market. You can lend it to Bill Gates, Oprah, Warren Buffett, and you will have zero default rate. And you cannot say that's a successful America. Because you need to say a broad middle-class family should be able to buy a home if they're willing to take on the responsibility and they stay well within their budget. But right now, that's not the case. Right now, default rate appears to be too low. It's a good news in one sense, but it's a bad news in a sense that there could be many people who are being denied credit.